Welcome back to the Edge Welding Cups YouTube channel. I am Bryn Welds, Bryn Otto, and today we're going to be going through my Edge Army Spotlight as an Edge Army member. Let's get into it. A little bit about myself. I'm a 19-year-old welder here in Grand Island, Nebraska. I've been welding since I was 14 in high school and in the industry since I was 16, so about 3 years. At 16, you may ask how. With child labor laws and whatnot. Well, I was a registered apprentice through my local high school and the Department of Labor, which is what that is right there, that sign. It's a certification from the Department of Labor as a combination welder. So I started at a mass fabrication shop when I was 16, right? And my dad has been working there for a little over 20 years, since he was 18 and had just gotten out of high school. He started as a welder, so that's kind of how I got into this trade. It was time to choose a career pathway in high school. My high school was they call it the academies, but it's like a trade high school. You can do everything from law enforcement to education to aviation, and I just so happened to get into welding because that was one of my top 5 choices because I had been around it. Which when I was a kid, my dad would take us into the shop and me and my brothers would go around and collect aluminum cans and crush them and put them in bags, and then we'd go scrap them. So the people that my dad were working with 20 years ago, I was around them when I was a kid. And then later on down the line, they became my coworkers as well. I'm no longer working there. I left there in October because it was a good company. I miss the people a lot. I miss my coworkers, like I said, because they pretty much watched me grow up. And I learned a lot. And I'm very thankful for that job and that company, especially as a 16-year-old. That's a lot of people don't have the opportunities that I have had. But the thing was, mass production MIG. I got out of high school and college, and it just wasn't for me. I felt like I kind of learned all that place had to offer me, so it was time to move on. And now I work at a company called Dramco Tool in Grand Island, Nebraska. It's a lot more quality oriented. We get to MIG and TIG, aluminum, stainless, copper, titanium, carbon steel, pretty much anything. We're more of a custom fab shop than we are. Well, it's a tool and die company, but they have just recently, in the past couple of years, they opened the fabrication side of things, and that's how I got that opportunity, and I'm loving it there, just because I don't know if I could ever stop learning at this company because of all the odd jobs that we get, all the different materials, the different processes, and they're very modern. They like the modern processes. So we've been looking at laser welders, all kinds of stuff like that. So the opportunities are endless here is what it feels like. And when I was at the high school, the welding pathway is what they call it, was a dual enrollment through the local college's welding courses through their program. So by the time I had graduated high school, I had almost half my degree done because I took some gen eds in high school at the college, and I had 6 or 8 welding classes already done. So I didn't plan on college. I knew I was so done with school, but since I had some of the gen eds done, it kind of pushed me over, and I loved the teachers in the welding program there. So I decided to go get my associate's degree in welding, which was only 1 year because I graduated high school at 17, college at 18. Now I'm 19, so I've been out for about a year. And the teachers at welding school, at least for me, I think those guys are friends for life now, even though they're 30, 40 years older than me, whatever. There was 3 of them. I still talk to each of them a couple times a month probably. I got one of them coming out to certify me in aluminum uphill, which we're qualifying a procedure for. It's those are just connections you can't get rid of. For any students out there listening, that's another thing about welding school is networking. When I was about to graduate, I went around the school and I said, well, the welding shop specifically, I said, hey man, what's your number? What's your number? What's your number? In case I'm ever in need of a job, you're ever in need of a job, then you can hit me up and I can hit you up and see what's going on. So welding school is very valuable. It was a great time, and I would recommend anybody out there go do that when you're about to graduate, even if you're not. Where are you working? Something like that, just for the future. You never know what opportunities will appear on your door. And when I was still in college, I took a really big risk with my good buddy Andrew Nichols from Southern Leatherworks. We decided, we had been hearing for months or years even, that FabTech this, FabTech that. You got to go to FabTech. That's where it's at, right? So we decided we're going to go to FabTech. And I'm 17, he's 19 or 18, and we could not get a hotel in Atlanta. It was 2 years ago, 2022. Yeah, 2022 in Atlanta. Nobody would take anybody under 21 in a hotel. So I called probably every hotel multiple times, and there was one that would take us, the Starling Atlanta Midtown, I believe it was called, and it was $450 a night, but it was the only one that would take us. So we took a big risk, at least for me financially at the time in college, and we went to that, and that's how I met Edge Welding Cups. Well, I had a relationship on social media, but Edge Welding Cups, that's how I met Stacia and Eric, the owners, and everybody on the Edge Army, because I was not at that time. Actually, it's kind of a funny story is how the Edge Army all takes a group photo, everybody that goes to FabTech in it, and I was the one that took the photo in 2022. Now I'm in it, and in the one in 2023 in Chicago, I was in the photo. So kind of just a little coincidence there or something like that. But in Atlanta, it gave me the opportunity to meet so many great people. Like I said, networking, and now I'm on the Edge Army, and in Atlanta is when I got with Everlast. So I've got a link with Everlast. We'll put that in the description. Upgraded Nova TIG torch and foot pedal, worth $100 value, free of additional charge through my link, though, with any TIG-capable machine. Anyways, a little shameless plug there. But yeah, networking in Atlanta was huge for me, and then we decided that I'm going to go again. I went in Chicago, and that was right after I got on the Edge Army, so that was different. Because when I was in Atlanta, I wasn't with anybody at the time, but Everlast came from that. And when you're at FabTech and you know everybody, but you're not on a team, you're kind of just hovering around the crowds, right? But Chicago this year was different because now I'm on the Edge Army, so that was great. I kind of had people to be with, something to do, a little bit of activities to do, like the interview we did there. That's also on this YouTube channel. Go check that out. My interview at Chicago FabTech. And since I've been with Edge and Everlast, it's like a family online. I talk to these guys more than I talk to some people, some of my friends in real life, because it's just nice. If I ever have a question, I'll hit up Brad, I'll hit up Johnny, I'll hit up anybody in the Edge Army, the group chat, just to bounce stuff off of. And I've met a lot of good people and a lot of friends throughout social media welding as an influencer. It's a tacky word, but it's used often. But yeah, and I mentioned Andrew Nichols, my good buddy with Southern Leatherworks. He's from Florida. He came here in Grand Island, Nebraska at Central Community College for college in the welding program. That's how we originally met. Well, we met through Facebook Marketplace. I saw he was selling a coat hanger, and I was like, that's the welding shop at the college. And I messaged him, and found out he made custom welding helmets, and we started doing giveaways and whatnot when I hit 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. And then we gave 80 welding helmets to my high school welding program, because they go through 70 students a year in there. So we gave them 80. Anyways, me and Andrew have been really good friends ever since, and we recently started a podcast. We're about 13 episodes in as of May 21st when I'm recording this. It's called The Iron Insight. That's where I film right here. So don't mind those. I'm getting a big banner. It'll all look better in here eventually. I hate not being able to go in a shop, but that brings me to another point. I'm 19. I just bought my first house, and the shop's getting worked on. So hopefully you'll see more welding videos from me on this channel here soon, because I got the electricians coming out Friday, and then from there on I got to insulate, drywall, that which shouldn't take too long, because I got a lot of good buddies and my brothers that have helped me remodel this whole entire house. And that's a good transitioning point, because I have a lot of people to thank in my journey. Before I gained a little bit of a following on social medias for welding. I thought I was a good welder when I first started posting. I was not a good welder, but I did gain a following anyways. But I had a lot of people in my corner backing me. I've been very blessed to have so many supportive people in my life throughout my short career this far. My parents, my mom's in real estate, my dad's a welder, so he helped me in the industry. My mom obviously helped me find, and her connections helped me find a great house for a 19-year-old to buy as a first house. My welding teachers, Brandon Pearsall, John Wilmus, and Michael Snell, just three very knowledgeable people. Each person comes from a different side of the industry, which if I was running a welding school, that's how I would want it. I would want each teacher from a different side of the industry to offer something different to each student. Those people have pushed me like none other. Stephen Floyd, he was a fellow student, but was in the Navy for 22 years, and now he's a very good friend. We go fishing all the time, and he's kind of like a life coach for me. A lot of good friends I've had, a lot of people that I've met through social media in the Edge Army, Jesse, Johnny, Brad, everybody on the Edge Army is very supportive. I'm very blessed to have the people in my life that I do, and that have pushed me in this career this far, and the little bit of success that I have had. And, the new company I work for, Dramco Tool, I've known the owner for pretty much my whole life because, like I said, my dad's been in the industry. He knew him from high school. He coached my little brother's T-ball team. So just valuable connections like that in your career and in your life are so important, and I think that's what's helped me the most throughout my short career this far. And as for Everlast, if you're interested in Everlast, shoot me a message on any social media platform. Email me at ironinsightpod or brynwells@gmail.com. You can always reach out to me if you have any questions, or use the link in the description of this YouTube video for the upgraded Nova TIG torch and foot pedal package, free of additional charge, worth $100 value, but free through my link only, which is going to be in the show description, or if you message me, I'll send it to you and kind of describe everything to you, help you out if you're not sure on what you want exactly, what machine, all that. Code BrynWelds15 will get you 15% off your Edge Welding Cups order through the link as well if you want to support me in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the podcast. Check out the socials. Reach out to me. I love to chat to everybody. If you want to come on the podcast, shoot me an email, shoot me a message, something like that. I'd love to talk to anybody and everybody, and I'm sure my co-host Andrew with Southern Leatherworks would as well. Hit the like and subscribe button on the Edge Welding Cups YouTube channel for more content from all of us on the Edge Army and some non-members. We try to put out the best content. If you have any video ideas, leave them in the description, and we will respond and maybe do them. Thank you for watching.